Hello, this is an AI daily game that white won by resignation, killing a big dragon on the right side. But here, white was a little bit lucky because in the early stage there was a little bit of an overplay that black didn't handle very well. So all of a sudden he died big. Let's check it out. So we have a diagonal Fuseki this time with star points everywhere. This is supposed to be more complicated, but having Hoshis all over the board, the game still became rather peaceful. So a very basic Joseki here, white attacks all the way, that's nice. It's good directional play to play R14 here, and then extend back to set up a Moe on the right side. So far so good. Now black plays modern again, a Sun invasion. And we have the same kind of simple Joseki with Nobi, Keima, and then extend. Here black can be a little more active, so play a pincer instead. It's just obvious that white is going to set up a Moe again. Now against the high defense, instead of f3 low, white should always consider the pip here. This is an AI move, AlphaGo favorite move against the high defense. And after this slide in the corner and then extend back to the side, usually d9. So this exchange, it's quite common against the high defense. But okay, nothing wrong to play d10. It's just that black can invade right away if he wants to. So let's see. Yeah, black starts developing the bottom side with the Kosumi. This is a nice move, very solid. Black is very confident here. White puts pressure, that's fine. White can think about an evasion on the bottom side. So now that white didn't play the e5 pip, white can think about e2. This is a very fancy move. If black defends the corner c3, white comes out g3. If black protects a g3 to make sure white doesn't go on the side, then white just leaves in the corner with the sun and descent. So white has Miai. Once white invades at e2, it's going to be either the corner follow up or extend out. It's good to remember that. So that's an interesting Tetsuji or invasion submarine approach at e2 to remember. But g17 it's a good move. Put pressure in the top. Now usually black here should push f17, then think about whether he wants to turn or play a clamp or go for a cut. But what he can do is just Hane and defend in the corner. Because like this, the corner is safe and then he can choose whether he wants to cut or clamp. But it's very important to play 1-2 that exchange because it creates a cutting point. If he pushes under, this is just a little bit too submissive. So white gets ahead and now this turn doesn't bother white anymore because white is already strong enough in that area. And the cut will not be a problem, just Atari and set up the ladder. So black invades here, and this is where white messed up a little bit. So white plays an attach. Usually you don't want to go in contact with weak single stones that you wish to attack. So here you want to prepare a little bit. The common way is to make this wall stronger, so attach at n4. If you attach on a strong formation, it's okay because that strong formation can just become a little over concentrated, so it's not a problem. Now black will Hane here, then you have o3, and then you can play another Hane. Now usually against this Hane, black will just Nobi. Now maybe you wonder why black doesn't play Atari here and then other moves, for example the Nobi now. If this happens, this Atari will help white in the corner because white can now cut, then play one Atari like this and Hane this way. So when this happens, if black goes Atari here, white can set up a ko and try to kill the corner. That's why black doesn't want to play the exchange 6-7 because it allows white set up a ko in the corner and it's too painful. So black is not going to play this exchange, just extend, because black wants to make sure he can play Atari p3. So if white tries the same thing like before, after Atari, white needs to connect and black can go down. There is no more ko in the corner and black is fine. But in this case, white is not going to play p2, so white just leaves the position like that. And now, being a little stronger on the bottom side, it's okay to go Keima and try to surround that single stone on a large scale. So this guy, it's a little bit in trouble. But when you play the attach, it's much easier for black to fight. So black and Hane. Now if you pull back, he will play a hanging connection and all of a sudden the three stones are in trouble. If you go up, black can bump and then play some kind of connection, either Keima or another tiger mount, and again the 3 stones are in trouble. So obviously white tried a cross cut, and this was even better for black. So black plays Atari and connect. Now here white can go down, but black will probably push again and then Hane. So it's very easy for black to fix. Now in this case black has 2 options. After this Atari, black can go Atari under, white will either no-b or take right away and then play another Hane. This is very easy for black to fix the base and also hurt Q10. If this happens, white has to do something in the corner like slide and extend back or attach, or play a Hane here, in which case black can double Hane, or just go Atari. On this Atari take, white pulls back and kick. So for black it's very easy to settle this group. Another way is to go out and then fight. So when white covers, keep going down several times. White tries to connect obviously, and then black links under. So if this happens, these 3 stones are in trouble, the 4 stones in the middle, and these 3 black stones are not really surrounded, so black can still fight. In fact, white is also in trouble with this group on the side. Because what can happen later, let's say white connects here to save the 3 stones, black can just go empty triangle, and then when he tries to connect, he will wedge. And if you go out, he can wedge, Atari, push. And now you got a no-b, then throw in, then Atari from the outside and keep pushing. So it's really painful. I mean, you had the Moy on the right side and now crawling to survive on the first and second line. It's terrible. So when black played the Hane, white obviously will go down and it's not that terrible anymore. Therefore, black should resist here with a Atari and fight. So when black plays here, he's just happy to make some I shape, white descends, and now black has to do something about this R14. So black should kick and then take away the extension. White is on the run here. Anyway, luckily this is a success for black to damage the Moyo and make some I shape. But this was soft. So must kick or play a 1-space jump. Now it's quite interesting to see that in the end, this group on the right side will die. But for now, black is looking good because black has so many stones against R14. So now white has to leave somehow. Yeah, black played an extra stone here. So if black goes Atari and white plays a 1-space jump, black is not going to double up. But he can play a move to surround those stones or a kick to prevent white going into the corner and then attack the whole thing. So here black was a little bit slack with this jump. White got the vital point and a slide in the corner. Actually for white it's still interesting to play the attach and Hane. It's much easier to fix the group like this, or even if black plays Atari, connect, defend, defend, black goes down, white already has the extension in place, so white can play away. But it's still nice to separate black's groups. Then when black plays here, the group in the middle can still be a target. So white slides, this is fine. And then pushing the corner to make I shape, but actually here white can just come out. This is a nice spot to create eyes, but the slide is also big. And then Hane in the corner. This is wrong. Usually white wants to play R16 first. Now there are several ways for black to defend, but the most solid one is to play Q17. So when this exchange is played, white also gets time to play Hane in the corner, and usually black will go down. And now come out. So you always start from R16. Now, if black plays the double hanging connection, then you push Q15 threatening an Atari, so black will go here, and this already gives you I shape. And later in the endgame, you still get to play Hane, and black will go down. He doesn't want to allow that Atari. And if black plays here, you still play the key point, black goes out, and then you split the groups. So it's always the turn at R16. No matter how black defends here next, white's follow-ups are good. But once you play here, he connects, and when you play R16, he doesn't care. I mean, he can play no-b here. So this is wrong order. So the order is always R16 first. Also, when you play this in the end game, not in the early stage like now, should always be R16, see whether black connects or hanging connection or whatever he tries to do, and then Hane in the corner. So finally the jump out, that's good. Black it's almost alive, so he doesn't need to worry so much. Actually, he can play this kind of move, but going out is much better for black. We will see later why. So white invades the bottom. This is a good spot too. It's good to remember e2, but in general h3 is the common move, yeah. So black slides. Actually, black can play g2, white extends for a base, and then secures the corner. When black played here, obviously white wants to slide and remove the base. The fight here was actually pretty good for white. Black was supposed to block and allow the base, then invade the left side to compensate. So here, peep and another peep, that's good. But the Atari on the first line is not so great, because here you can play b2, and if black goes down you connect, and if black takes the stone, you connect underneath, and now the whole thing is under pressure. He needs to connect here, you can bump, jump out, but black doesn't have ice, so he's on the run. White is not running alone. Playing like this, obviously he will no-b instead of take and allow the Atari. So the technique, it's Atari in the corner and Atari underneath. Or leave it like this, decide later whether you Atari c1 or b2 and just push and cut right away. And if he plays the Atari here, just leave it. Atari from the outside. But okay, this is not such a big mistake, because once you play Atari c1, you prevent his Atari at d1, so it's fine. Push and cut is good. But then it works to go no-b here, because when black comes out trying to save the stone, the net still works to capture everything. Let's see how this fight will develop. Push, block. If he cuts here, you just take away liberty and that's it. And if he pushes here, you block, Atari connect, Atari go out, the ladders are broken, and when Atari here, just extract the stone. So he's got 2 liberties no matter what, and capture everything. So he's in a net. Like this, it's obviously a net, but when you go out, you're also threatening the group on the left side. So if he escapes here, this is a net that works. And if he plays other moves, then next move is to Hane and cover the left side, and then Atari here, Atari again, push him down, and just grow the center. So the no-b in this direction somehow affects the left side, not just secures the bottom. Anyway, he took the stone on the left, and this is a move to make the box, but actually you can clamp first to see how he reacts, if he goes down or if he connects up, or maybe he plays here, then you Atari and pull back. But it's good to play the clamp, because anyway that stone is captured and his formation is quite strong, so if he goes down, it's just going to be a positive exchange. So black is over concentrated, and then in the top it's good to play a move like m17 to attack his group. He might jump in the center, and in order to increase the box, it's nice to play an O-Gema or a 2-space jump and make a bigger box than just Keima here at f11. But anyway, the idea of playing Keima was nice, because obviously with this move you want to make this box on the left. It's just that it leaves bigger moves for black. For example, black can slide or play that move in the top, but in the top he should just go L17. It's a bit dangerous to go all the way, because it leaves the invasion. So here white can come in and it's troublesome for the group. But yeah, shoulder hit, preparation to kill the top. Oh, no, no. He let the group surround it. He was supposed to play here and then protect. And when white links the top, now it's time to jump in the middle, because this group on the right can be a target anytime. So this was nice. Separate the top. He almost died. That was good. The way to capture this stone instead of a ladder, it's more interesting to play the net. Let's see if he can come out. So if he plays here, just turn, Atari, go out, turn, block, and it's trapped. And even if the ladder doesn't work, I mean the net, it's a squeeze play, it's still okay for white, because when you play the ladder, you will check the ladder and maybe play some ladder break around here, then you need another stone. So he got some moves in the center. Something similar happened, but he shouldn't go out. He's losing 2 more stones, then yeah, this is minus. Actually, for white, it's interesting to capture the stones by playing something around here, because if he comes out, it's still a ladder. So you play a counter ladder breaker, and this move affects the group on the right side. If he plays something here to use his ladder breaker, it's no big deal. Then peep and try to kill him on the right. Anyway, it's proper to capture the 2 stones also. This is center, very good. Pull back, fine. Connect the side, that's okay. Now here, white can just turn. If black connects this way, you kill the corner and it's nice, good enough. But it's also okay to play like this. Yeah, sacrifice those stones and go for the center. But actually you should go for the center on a large scale. So push again, Hane, if he cuts you play Atari, then you protect here. And he's still running with the moves with all those stones in the center. And the group on the right is still a little bit in trouble. Playing like this, maybe you go for a smaller catch. And probably it's not even so clear you catch because of this Atari, push out, push again, then Atari here and connect. So he can do a driving the Suji, and in the end it's not such a big catch in the center. Ah, he turned. But now the proper move is this Nobi. If you Hane, you block. If he cuts, you can play here. If he plays Atari, you play here. So everything is surrounded. Now there is still a combination with Atari and this kind of move. Oh, actually the cut and squeeze. Yeah, this something similar happened in the game. So Hane, Atari, cut, very good. This is all forced. Atari, Atari. Oh. He can catch 3 stones and he doesn't care about the Nobi in the corner. So normally you gotta connect and then he plays the Hane here. Then you play this one. Then he Nobi. Or maybe he just connects. Atari connect and connect. So in the end, that cut to G12 didn't do so much. So he answered, connect in center. Yeah, this is small end game. Black should not be here or take care of the group on the right side. Push one time like this. Yeah, Atari here is big. Now the shape in the center is quite strong. In order to build a big center, white should play a shoulder hit here, then a protect move to defend like this. So this jump leaves a cut, and then you gotta play here, Nobi, bamboo, and then black comes out. But he never cut. Okay. Jump like this was a little bit loose. Push here is big, and block this way to stay alive, and then one space jump to get into the center. I'm not sure who has more territory like this. Maybe black. Why Atari under? Should take the stone. Just Atari up. If he plays here, you capture. If he plays here, you block. There is no eye on the side anyway. And in general, if you cannot kill the group, it's better to play Atari here to capture that stone than to play Atari under and give him the option to connect the stone eventually. Oh, he played like this and now you capture anyway. So it's the same thing. If you Atari up, he plays Atari, you take. But if you Atari down, he doesn't have to play this Atari. He should go out, save the group, and later save that stone as well. Well, that's just a small detail. But now, black is actually dying big. Yeah, in fact here, white can play this move. If black goes like this, you pull back. If he goes here, you Hane. If he goes here, you Nobi. That's a false eye. So you get to capture on a larger scale. But it's pretty much the same. Now Keima, very good. Fine. Actually here, white can also play this move. So when black pushes, you just block. And this move works too. If you place here, you connect. No way out for black. What a catch. Ah, again. White can play Atari here. No problem. If he plays double Atari, you take. So it's strange to play Atari on the first line as a style of play. But it works here. And in fact, you don't even need to cut. You can take the stone right away. If he plays here, you play this one. If Atari, you take. If he pushes, you block. No problem. Okay, so still no eyes. That cut is good. Atari, Atari, and that's it. If he plays Atari here, connect. If he connects here, cut. So spectacular kill eventually, but that shouldn't happen because black could play a little different in the early stage and keep the group safe. In fact, black has a lot of territory. If nothing dies, black is supposed to win this game. Ooh. Sometimes better be lucky than good.